Hello, folks. Welcome to the Hello World podcasting with Magdalena. It is a long time ago that I did my podcasting, so finally I am again here. So, welcome, and thank you for tuning in into my podcasting. For those who are new, I just want to let you know it's about understanding, where we are, trying to figure out what's really going on, and in the meantime, using actually astrology as a GPS. I like that part. So, and before we actually start, let me go through again to the planets where they are, as always. So we have a Sun in Leo, Moon in Leo, Mercury in Leo, and by the way, folks, we have actually today a new Moon in Leo, which is very, very, very powerful. And this is actually the season, when we are talking about the lion gates and, empowering yourself and shining you in the brightest side. Let's move forward. Venus is in Virgo, Mars is in Virgo, Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius, they are retrograde. We have Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces retrograde, Pluto in Capricorn retrograde, Chiron in Aries retrograde, Gemini not known in retrograde, and Lilith in Taurus. It's actually, for me, I have to say that because I am a fixed sign. My sign is a Leo. So I feel very comfortable with this constellation right now. I remember I always, kind of yell and scream, my God, this is pretty intense. But for right now, excuse me, look, like I said, I feel very comfortable with this one. Because maybe I'm, so used to with the Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio oppositions. So as always, let's see what all this means for us. And because we are challenged on so many levels, I always have a hard time to kind of figure out how to call this. How to title my podcasting, but okay, today I wrote down, and the biggest challenge, the way I'm seeing this, what's going on in the last 18 months or so, particular, it's actually battle of moving forward or be looped back into the old. Okay, so let's see how we can interpret this whole scenario. As we know, we are actually being impacted or pressured in all existence. It doesn't matter what aspect of your life you're checking out and trying to see. We are challenged in all these arena. And particularly what we are dealing here is actually the Uranus with the Lilith. They are both right now in Taurus, opposing Scorpio, and Jupiter in Aquarius and Saturn in Aquarius are actually opposing Leo. And this is very strong constellation, folks. Okay. And on the other side, what is hugely visible right now, excuse me, is the battle between the Piscean era that is very much, constricting us to the victim savior mentality. I mean, look at here, everybody wanted to save us from this whole thing. Let me not use the word right now. And, putting this incredible pressure with this ID passport and throwing all the limitations in all aspects. You cannot travel, you cannot go to restaurants, you cannot go to the events, and pretty soon they're trying to play that you cannot even get food, and on and on. Wow, it's pretty intense. So I think this is where this whole limitations of Saturn is happening in the Aquarius, because Aquarius is, as women saying so many times, it's about people, but also about innovation, about technology, astrology especially, new technology, and we can see what's really going on with this new technology that is pretty much right now used from the very negative side or the abusive side, and especially that there are some kind of guessing going on, or um, how should I even say, there are a lot of information coming actually right now about the graphene oxide that is actually used in this new technology. And that is very hard for many to understand. And I think what is also very important to mention here, that the biggest issue of what I think is happening here, that the majority of humanity was not informed what it's about. So that is where I would say this whole takeover, forceful takeover, happened by not informing people. And a lot of people are dealing right now with a health issue, and it's totally difficult to understand that how can people who are not educated in the science or medicine, what we are dealing today, making decision about any kind of mandates and what to do. This is the biggest issue that, and the challenge that I am facing with myself, because no matter how something or somebody can be corrupt, but when it becomes to use anything to take over somebody's life, that is very hard to comprehend for me. It's very hard to comprehend for me, because we can see so much weather challenges also in the meantime. We are seeing a lot of rain, a lot of disasters around the world, a lot of fire is going on around the world, which is actually also the fire, the Leo and Aries and Sagittarius elements. And what I am sensing is that because on the some level, many are aware this whole game, if we wanted to call this, or this game plan they've been imposing is becoming very challenging for them. They are maybe trying right now to take a next step, which would be the climate, okay, and then blame on climate. And at the same time, when you see how much fire is happening and at the certain parts in the world, you are recognizing that there is the side effect of that will end up to be a famine, a shortage of the food and housing, and on and on and on. So, this is when I said, that I had a hard time to make a decision how I wanted to call my or title my podcasting today. That it became as the battle of moving forward or being looked back in the old. And the reason why I chose that title is that you can see right now that many people are saying we are already in Aquarius. Many people will say, well, it will be by 2100, and on and on. It actually doesn't matter, because right now this is the transitional time, and the transitional time can take between 100 to 400 years, what I've been reading. So could somehow be right on that level, that it will take a little longer. And I've been also listening and reading a lot about that when we have a change of ages, there's a humongous battle going on, because the current age is not willing to give a place to the new one to move forward, and it's fighting for its their life, you know. Oh, I also have to kind of mention that I started to take class with Leo King, and he's teaching on the hyperspace, hypergate, and it's pretty incredible. And the way he is sharing, moving into the new age, is absolutely fascinating. And he's always fascinating to me. He has such an incredible information and knowledge. And what I really appreciate about him is that he's very much actually connecting the history, and we can learn a lot from the history and what happened in the past, so we can understand the changes what we are facing as we are moving forward. And the more we learn about the past and the challenges, I think the biggest issue of what we are most of us are facing, because we do not know, or we don't have enough information to put the dots together to move us forward into the Aquarius age. Oh, I would say any any age, because there's always a certain a huge amount or certain amount of differences between the ages, and it is very difficult when we have a certain belief system, we have a certain behavior, and it's hard to move out the comfort zone, folks. Simple as that. And for me, this whole new moon actually in Leo is really calling to really try to work with yourself and step into this courage and give yourself a permission to move forward. Because this whole year, since last year, since 2020 May, we are having actually a North Node in Gemini until end of January 2022, and that is also forcing us standing in our truth. But right now with the Leo, excuse me, the Leo is giving us the courage, and in Leo also we are becoming totally aware who we are, and from there on we can say, oh, this is how I can move forward. Oh yes, we may end up to face a lot of shadows, I would say, with the Neptune in Pisces in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn. Holy moly, there is still a lot of restrictions. But the Capricorn also wanted to bring a change. So the old structure that is holding us right now back and under control, that is also connected with the Pisces, constant war, and not allowing people to have that freedom. I mean, you can see this whole last 2,000 years, we've been doing anything but, being free or enjoying much of the life, because it was constantly about some level of survival.